Hello, greetings from Sussex County, Delaware. So today we're going to check out a nature conservancy property. So this is called the Ponders Tract, 9 different miles of hiking trails. This was once a former logging property that now has been preserved by the Nature Conservancy. So we're going to check it out, see what there is to offer here. It is located off Route 16, kind of near Milton and Ellendale, Delaware. Super quiet. I'm the only car in the parking lot right now. So kind of inspired me to hike here is I saw on the local news down here that they had discovered the largest Atlantic white cedar tree. I think it's the largest in the state, and it is actually here in this Ponders Tract. So I don't know. They said they were going to add signage. I don't believe they've done that yet. So I'm not sure where on the property it is. Pretty unlikely we're going to run into it since this is a huge tract of land, but I thought that was really, really cool. And that made me interested to want to check out the land here and hike here. All right, so this is the Pemberton Forest Preserve, and these are the Ponders Tract trails. So I kind of wanted to try this frog pond today. So since getting out of my car, I've been a little bit shocked. I knew this was a former logging property, but I didn't think that there would still be fallen trees in this area, and I was shocked by how it looked. Wow, so this is not what I was expecting to see when coming in here. But, you know, like I had read online, this was a former logging operation, and now their goal here is to restore the forest, protect this land from development. So all very noble and good goals. It's just kind of shocking to come in and see all this here. Even though parts of this area were logged, there are a lot of trees still here. There's a lot of forest remaining. So that's a really hopeful sign. Oh, there's a turkey up there flying. Away from Route 16, it is very, very quiet here. So if you're choosing to hike here, be aware you're going to hike on the old logging roads. So it's going to be a little bit different. It's not going to be your typical trail. And I think, you know, when you come to a place like this, you have to think about all the development that is going up in Sussex County. They're taking away the open space down here. They're building a lot of housing developments. People are worried that it's going to get too crowded down here because it already is a crowded spot in the summertime, everyone coming in to visit the beaches and stuff. So I do really appreciate that this place was preserved. I know they're going to have to do work here. They're going to have to reforest it. They're going to have to, you know, help what's been cut down come back to life here. But I am grateful that it has been saved and it's not going to be another development and that the logging operation has stopped here. So it is what it is. But there is still, despite the trees that have been taken down, there's a lot of new growth and a lot of trees still here. I'm going to show you that. The beautiful pine trees that this area is known for. Okay. This is definitely going to limit what I'm able to do here. Yikes. All right, so I really wanted to hike and I wanted to go this direction, but as you can see, the trail behind me is totally covered with water. There is no way I'm going through here. So I'll show it to you and we're going to turn around and check out the other direction. Wow, there's pollen laying on top of it because all the trees and things are in bloom right now. It's pollen season, but it looks really beautiful in that pine forest. But you can just kind of see the whole way up the trail is flooded, so I will not be going that direction. It's a little unusual why there is so much water on the trails, because I don't believe we've had rain in the past couple days down here. I don't believe it's rained, so It's interesting, there is so much water on some of the trail systems, or I guess the logging roads you would call them. So this is another one of those spots where I haven't seen another single soul, haven't seen another human out here. Very quiet and isolated once you get away from the road noise. The area kind of reminds me of the Redden State Forest here in Delaware, except that had some kind of like historic type buildings from the railroad industry, but just that there's no blazes on trails, things like that. There is some signage here, but there is just a lot of open space to explore here. So if you are in the United States and you're on the eastern side of the state like I am, I'm just curious out there, how does everybody deal with ticks? I think when I go hiking, that's kind of like my biggest worry for myself and the kids and my husband is coming back and having a tick on you, and you know, having to deal with Lyme disease and all that kind of stuff. So generally we just try to stay covered up. We try to use insect repellent. We try to take a shower when we get home, change your clothes, that type of thing. But what is everybody else doing to try to manage ticks? And do you worry about it, or do you not let it worry you? And hike here, just be aware, there's basically like no facilities. There's no bathroom, there's no picnic spots. It's just a little map on a signpost and then all these different logging road trails to explore. So in the pine forest here in Delaware, you're just going to find the most beautiful pine cones. They're just everywhere. A little bit of a spike on the edge here, pointy. Really cool. And of course you've got pine needles all over the floor here in the forest. If you've ever come to a busy beach town in the summer, then you know about the crowds. You know, like, you can't find a spot to yourself. People are everywhere. Everybody's coming for vacation. So it's cool that this spot is here, because I bet even if you visit this in the summer, you might be the only one here. It's pretty neat. I always think this is especially gross when you see these spider web things, and then eventually, it's not a spider web, it's a caterpillar's nest, but eventually these caterpillars come out and they're quite gross looking. So I guess just the theme of this place is just flooded. So this one is flooded. You can't go down there. Oh boy. Like, this is just way too flooded. There is no way, you know, even when you look down the trail, even if you waded through here, you would just be in water the entire time. Like I said, I was pretty disappointed with the flooded condition of the trails, especially because there really hasn't been heavy rain in this area for maybe like a week, and the water is still sitting. And I mean, you know, like a little bit of flooding, a little bit of mud, that's par for the course in spring, but these trails are really, really flooded. I'd suspect that if you come back to this area in the summer, based on all the standing water, I would think it could be quite buggy. So I'm not sure if I will plan to come back here this summer, but maybe I will try it again in the fall. Because like I said, I really wanted to do that, the trail that goes by the frog pond and see that type of stuff. But we'll have to wait till another time and make sure when I come back that things are really, really dried out. Because even with hiking boots, you don't even want to go through, you wouldn't even want to go through, because the trails are just so submerged. You would do damage, and it's just not a good situation. So as always, thank you for watching. This hike wasn't what I expected, but you know, sometimes when you're out in nature, you're trying to visit a new place, that is what's gonna happen. And it's part of part of adventuring. Sometimes you find a really great hidden gem. Sometimes you see a place like this that has a lot of potential, but has a couple of issues.